My 500,000 miles as a hockey dad. My son just played his last college game. Where did the toddler putting on skates for the first time go? When the final buzzer sounded at the Alfond Athletic Center in Waterville, Maine, my eyes welled and a lump formed in my throat as I watched my son, Max, skate off the ice for the last time. His college hockey career has come to an end. It seems like just yesterday that he was a toddler putting on skates for the first time, slipping and sliding across the ice holding on to an upside-down paint bucket for balance. Now, he's played his last college game. My God, where did the time go? The path from those first tentative steps onto the ice to his first confident strides as a 6'3", 195-pound defenseman for Amherst College was paved with sweat and sacrifice, pre-dawn lessons, grueling workouts and holiday weekends spent at the rink instead of the beach. There are more than 1 million registered youth hockey players in the United States and Canada, but only about 4,500 play at the college level. What a joy it was to see Max's hard work rewarded as he pulled on that purple and white Amherst sweater. Hockey is a game of statistics, so here are mine. During Max's childhood, I drove 2 minivans into the ground, one with 153,672 miles on the odometer, the other with 238,810. And as of this writing, I have put another 96,983 miles on a used Suburban. That's almost 500,000 miles. And that doesn't count what his mom logged carting Max and his sister to the rink before school. Our division of labor, she did most of the early morning lessons, I did most of the road trips. If even half of those miles were for hockey travel, a conservative estimate, that is the equivalent about 10 trips around the globe. Every second together was a gift. We made drives to Chicago, Detroit, Nashville, Buffalo, Toronto, Boston and other cities, most of the time with his brother Jack and twin sisters Eva and Lucy in tow. We listened to the Chronicles of Narnia, Animal Farm, To Kill a Mockingbird and Gordie Howe's autobiography, Mr. Hockey, on audiobook, as well as the wonderful Christian radio theater series Paws and Tales. We watched Slap Shot and Miracle, the story of the 1980 U.S. Olympic hockey victory over the Soviet Union, on the Cars DVD player, and countless episodes of Blue's Clues and Between the Lions. We talked for hours, and sometimes didn't talk at all. And we saw America. We went to Dolly Parton's Stampede in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee, bought old-time candy at the Wakarusa Dime Store in Granger, Indiana, went sailing on Lake Erie, hiked the Grand Canyon, climbed the Statue of Liberty, stood atop the Sears Tower in Chicago and the CN Tower in Toronto, skated on the Rideau Canal in Ottawa, and took the Maid of the Mist to the edge of Niagara Falls. We visited the Hockey and Rock and Roll Halls of Fame and the U.S. Space and Rocket Center in Huntsville, Alabama, as well as ballparks, water parks, zoos, aquariums, go-kart tracks, children's museums, presidential homes and libraries, and science centers. We became rest-stop connoisseurs, learning which ones in every state had the best food. I wrote 3 books and hundreds of post columns from ice rink snack bars and courtyard Marriott lobbies. We also made some trips to emergency rooms for stitches and casts. Nothing prepares you for seeing your child writhing on the ice after being crushed into the boards by a much larger player. Hockey gave me the chance to impart important life lessons. Max grew up in D.C. as an avid New York Rangers fan, a love/curse he inherited from his New York-born dad. That meant he was surrounded by teammates who rooted for the Capitals. One day, when he was 7 or 8, he came out of the locker room and told me the other kids were teasing him for being a Rangers fan. I told him, "You don't have to be a Rangers fan, but if you decide to be one, you need to stand up for what you believe in." He marched back in and proudly put on his Rangers jersey. He learned the importance of standing up for what he believed, and defending those convictions even when everyone else says you're wrong. Hockey also taught Max resilience. At 10, he was cut from a team for the first time. He could have quit. Instead, he worked to get better and, the next year, he made the Washington Little Capitals AAA team. In an age of participation trophies, hockey forges kids into competitors, arming them with the mental toughness and discipline they need to succeed on the ice and in life after hockey. As Max grew from a boy into a teenager, my role in his life began to slowly but inexorably diminish, and the time spent together on those long car rides became even more precious. Then came that final drive to drop him off at college, where he no longer needed his dad to take him to games. But I kept driving. His sister Lucy and I have spent long hours on the road together traveling to her hockey games and practices. Lucy will be suiting up for Boston University starting in the fall. She started playing hockey to be like her big brother and to this day still wears his old number, 92. And over the past 4 years, I've made almost every one of Max's college games. That's another priceless gift hockey has given me. If most parents showed up on campus every weekend to visit their kids, it would be weird. But for hockey parents, it's the most natural thing in the world. What a lucky bunch we are. Even if Max had never made it to college hockey, all the time on the road, and hours spent at the rink would have been worth it. Hockey gave Max so much happiness, amazing experiences, and friendships that will last a lifetime. But it gave me something truly priceless, the chance to show him how much he is loved. The greatest gift you can give your children is your time. I know because I was a child of divorce and did not see my own father much growing up. I was determined when I became a dad, I would be present for my kids. I hope all those hours spent behind the wheel and the glass at the rink showed Max just how precious he is to me, and that there is no way I would have rather spent my time than driving across North America to be with him and watch him play. What I'd give to do it just one more time. Post Opinions wants to know, lots of parents talk about their children's firsts, but is there a last moment with a child that has stayed with you? What was that experience and why was it memorable? What did it tell you about parenting and about your relationship with your child? Share your responses and they might be published as a letter to the editor.